I was convinced my boyfriend was leading a double life because, for 3 years, he's disappeared for a week every October without a single explanation. We've been together since college, and every time I'd ask why he was flying to Seattle, he'd just shut down, get this distant look in his eyes, and tell me it was just some old business he had to handle alone. Last night, while he was in the shower, a text popped up on his phone from a woman named Sarah that said, "I have the flowers ready. See you at the usual spot tomorrow." My heart literally stopped, and all the years of being cheated on by my ex came rushing back, making me feel like a total fool for trusting him. I didn't even wait for him to get out of the shower. I just packed my bags, threw his phone at him the second he stepped out, and screamed that I knew about Sarah and their usual spot. He didn't even try to argue or get angry. He just sat on the edge of the bed, put his head in his hands, and started shaking. He reached into his nightstand and pulled out a worn-out Polaroid of a young girl in a hospital gown, smiling despite being hooked up to a dozen machines. It turns out Sarah is the head nurse at a pediatric oncology ward, and the usual spot is the memorial garden where my boyfriend's younger sister spent her final days 10 years ago. He's been flying back every single year on the anniversary of her passing to volunteer and donate toys in her name, but he was so paralyzed by the grief that he couldn't find the words to tell me. I felt like the smallest person on earth. I had turned his most sacred, painful ritual into a sordid affair because I was too scared to face my own insecurities. I dropped to my knees and just held him, realizing that his silence wasn't hiding a betrayal. It was protecting a wound that he wasn't ready to show the world yet. I almost threw away the most honest man I've ever known because I let my past dictate my present. But this year, I'm not letting him go alone. I'm getting on that plane with him to help carry the flowers.